The traditional report card can oftentimes saddle a parent-teacher conference, shifting the focus away from what's really happening in the student's life and focusing more on just letter grades. Chris Couch of the Huffington Post notes that grades can often be poor communicators. My idea is really, how do we enhance the traditional report card? How do we really shift the parent-teacher conference on an authentic conversation around the child? So, goodbye traditional report card, and hello learning infographic. How can we use graphics and visuals to enhance conversation between a parent and a teacher and the student as well during a conference? So let me start off with a little introduction. This is me. This is a picture of myself in my office. I am Director of Ed Tech and Innovation at SI College Prep, which is in San Francisco. And I came up with this idea through a wonderful online community called the Teachers Guild that inspired us with this question: how might we reimagine parent-teacher conferences? And so my idea was to do away with report cards and enhance that experience using a learning infographic. This idea of using symbols is not new. On designhistory.org, they talk about symbols as the alphabet of human thought and how we typically use symbols to convey messages. And so I feel that there's a way to share authentic stories and not just grades or percentages on a report card, and really looking at the student beyond their test scores and more than just the B- in math that they received. If you look at this example right here, we use bars as measurements. So here we're talking about Sam and her collaboration skills and how she really does more than what she has to do. And we do use numbers and text, but we use that with these symbols so that we can immediately be drawn into this idea that Sam connects with others, that she comes up with these ideas that take flight, that she offers these sort of ideas to the idea board. And so it draws in and creates a jumping point for an authentic conversation between the parent and the teacher during conferences. And some of the feedback that we got, where do I find time to design something like this? I am not a designer. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm an educator. I went to school to learn about education. And so how does a learning infographic really fit with my kind of workflow when I have so many things to do on top of grading? And so my idea is teachers could search through existing templates and form a community and really contribute to a library of infographics. My idea here is where folks could put in tags of what they're searching for, and then other teachers could contribute to it. And there could be templates already made. The idea is that you can tag an infographic once you submit one. So here's an infographic that I created which covers these skills, so I will then tag it. And then what that allows others to do is the system will break down that infographic into modules so that you can take whatever module you want and maybe just place them in a way that makes sense to you, and maybe just do away with ones that don't make sense. I think of it as like a Lego, right? So you have one building block, you have one module that you can choose, and you can really make this infographic as simple as you want, or you can start to build on the infographics. So as we start to go into high school or maybe secondary education, where there's a lot more data, perhaps there's more data or there's more of a spectrum that you want to cover, then you can use these to build onto it. So it starts with maybe just simple, but then there's this ability to scale up as you wish. It's the ability to create an authentic conversation at parent-teacher conferences where folks aren't so confined to these static boxes, and where it's not just a discussion about letter grades at certain subjects, but really authentic stories about John and about Sam. Thanks for listening.